Scotty's a firefighter that's worked with us at Thomastown for many years, and I spoke earlier about inspirations, and Scotty's my inspiration. Scotty's worked away at beating non-Hodgkin's lymphoma for a long time now, and it's an ongoing thing. But anyway, I won't steal Scotty's thunder. But it's really important to keep remembering why we're here and why Thomastown went to the trouble of raising over $16,000 is because of people like Scott.
Hello. I just got to get the right tested right. I was stationed at, I'm still in the fire brigade. I've done 35 and a half years, and most of that time was at Thomastown Fire Station. But unfortunately for me, September the 11th next week will be 14 years to the day that I was my first course of chemotherapy. I was given because I had an aggressive non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. And I went through the first lot of treatment, and that didn't work. Then I had to go on a higher dose of chemo where I spent a week in, 3 weeks home and a week in, and that didn't work as well. So then they said, take this video home and watch this, because this is your next procedure. Where I had to have a stem cell transplant where I was given a fatal dose of chemo, and I spent 8 days in hospital. Then they put my stem cells back in. Then I went home for 4 days because they said this could be the last time you go home. Then back in hospital because I was treated at the Austin Hospital, and I spent another 5 weeks in isolation fighting for my life. And eventually I got out of hospital Anzac Day 2002. Then after more scans, they said you still had something there. Then I had to go and do 6 weeks radiation. Even halfway through that, the doctor said if this doesn't work, you're going to palliative care. Then, well, I was lucky and I got through all that. Then I went back to firefighting, probably 2004 or 5, I'm not too sure. Then I'd been in remission. Then back in 2007, I'd gone back in July, and they said, you've done remission for 5 years, you're all clear now. But unfortunately, 2 weeks later, I found a lump up under my jaw there, and I had to have that cut out. And I was told I had non-Hodgkin's lymphoma again. But I was relieved, because I only had to have radiation that time. Then once that finished, that was it. Well, I was lucky enough to be asked to go to China with Olivia Newton-John for the fundraising for the new Olivia Newton-John Cancer and Wellness Centre out at the Austin, which was great. And then, my life, I was told from all the treatment I'd had, it was only a matter of time before the cancer had come back. So I thought 2011, myself and my wife, we made a sea change. We bought a beautiful property up at Currumbin Valley. And we went there. I was on work cover and sick leave, annual leave. Actually, I'm on long service at the moment. But then I come back last year we come down for our grandchild who wasn't too well. And I had a check-up in April last year for my lymphoma, and they said, yeah, everything's looking good. I said, yeah, but I'm passing blood. They said, okay, we're going to have to put you in, see where the blood's coming from down there. Well, I woke up out of that and they said we can't even get the camera down there. So then I went back to the specialist. Myself and my wife were sitting there, and he sort of looked at me and he goes, I have to cut your dick off to save your life. And I spent 6 weeks in hospital where I had my penis. Well, that's gone. I had cancer in my prostate, that's gone. Cancer in my bladder, that's gone. So then, that's been this time last year I got out of hospital where I thought I was going to die, but I couldn't die because I had a beautiful wife, 2 great kids, and grandchildren. So that gave me more incentive to live. Thank you. But it's not over yet for me, unfortunately. I went back to, finished chemo January this year. I went back to the hospital, had to have scans in June. I walked in, they said, oh, your blood's all good, but we found a mass on your spine. So I had to go and have PET scans, CAT scans, MRIs. They've come back and they said, I've got cancer in my T4 and my back. So just over 6 weeks ago, I had that cut out. I've got rods, screws, all up my back. And I've got to start chemotherapy on Wednesday. But prior to that, I went and seen the surgeon on Thursday for my back. He asked how I was travelling, and I said, yeah, I've got a stiff neck. But I told him I just had a PET scan, and then he goes, oh, I'll just have a look at that. And he looked at me, he said, listen, you saw down there? And I said, yes. He goes, well, something else is highlighted there, and hopefully the chemo, when you start that, it'll clean all that up. But I'll go back. Well, actually, I've got to go Monday, I've got to have a heart test. Then Tuesday, I've got to go to the lymphoma clinic and see the specialist to be told what I already know, that I've got cancers coming up again. Then that's it, yeah, I've got to start chemo on Wednesday, where that's the 9th. If it would have been on the 11th, as I said, 14 years ago was the first time I had it. I thought about changing it, but no, I thought, no, well, I need to get this started so I can get it over and done with. Then I got once them cycles are finished, then I have to go and do another 4 weeks radiation. So hopefully I can get home back to Queensland at Christmas, because we bought a beautiful property, and eventually, when I'm well enough, and we can get some funds together, because we live on 2.5 acres in the Currumbin Valley, looking out over the valley. It's it's a calming and relaxing place to be. And I'd like one day to have a cabin there for other firefighters with cancer to come up and just relax and have a beer and just chill out with me. And that's our dream, my wife and myself. But I mean, I know I've got a battle, and it's, they say your side effects, all these side effects, but the main one is your emotions. And I have at the moment, I've got a big battle on my mind, fighting. I've got to survive this, or do I throw the towel in? Because I can tell you, I've nearly had enough of it. But as I say, I've got 2 beautiful grandkids, 2 beautiful sons, and a lovely wife, and I'm not going to give up yet. So just after that, I'd like everyone to thank Mick Woody, because that's when he come out of recruits, he come to Thomastown. I don't think he realised what he was in for when he first turned up there, because it was a different crew then. But we had great times, and I can tell you, the fire brigade, as I said, I've 35 and a half years, and I've loved the job. But one thing, I think, that's right, Drager, mate. We've got to wear BAs and do everything and protect yourselves, because that's right, the dangers of the smoke and everything else, we think we're man enough, like I can breathe it in, but it absorbs in you, and eventually, hopefully down the track, you don't get this. I mean, I call it, it's cancer, but to me it's slimy, sneaky, conniving, alien parasite that you get inside you. And the fight, you need strength to fight it, because I'm telling you, nothing's worse than having chemo. That's why today it's a great fundraiser and a great reason for the Peter McCullen Hospital, because we do need new treatment and research into this, because if you can just go and pop a pill instead of going for chemo and everything else, I'll tell you it's going to be a lot easier for anyone else that has this. And I'm sorry for taking your time, and thank you very much. And as I say, this is a great cause. Mick Whitty is one of the greatest blokes I can tell you, because he stood up and helped me a long way for what I've been through. So thank you once again. Thank you.